This is day 2 of Gettysburg on legendary difficulty. The enemy has about 28,000 men, but he's going to get more. And normally, on during a campaign and when fighting Gettysburg, day 1 is the most exciting day. But I think day 2 is actually more exciting than day 1. Day 1 was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. But this is really fun. This is even more fun than day 1. And yeah, day 3 is actually a lot of fun because, well, it's on legendary, and so the AI is going to attack and actually gets into melee. He's outnumbered, and he is facing an insane number of guns because I've built the largest artillery army in the history of the modern world. So that's fun, but he still gets into melee, and he still fights hard, and it's just great fun watching your frames per second drop down to 5 as 400 artillery, 400 guns cover the sky, just turn the sky black with cannonballs. It's it was just great fun. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, we're not going to defend to the front. We're going to fall back to this lovely ridge line. And the thing about it, if you're new to Ultimate General, you don't know that this really steep ground makes the battle not as close as it looks, even on Legendary. For the enemy units to go uphill, the distance that they have to go uphill, it first of all, it slows them down. Secondly, they're taking fire from higher ground, which means they take more losses. I'll have 24-pound howitzers at the top of the hill waiting for them at all times. In fact, I have two 24-pound howitzers in the woods to the south. Little round top and, well, big round top, actually. Big round top wasn't in the battle. It was all little round top, but in this battle, the way the terrain is set up, big round top is a terrific defensive position. So, and you're better off holding it. And really, he can't take this. I mean, a couple of good units, and these are not the best units in my army, but they're well, the first unit is only a 1-star. 1-star units can hold this against 3-star units. It's such a good position. And it's not even close. So yeah, I'm happy to fight it out in this position, all day. And yeah, I have a large army, and we're going to get reinforcements, and my plan is pretty straightforward. Wait till my reinforcements come in, move them forward, and then I'm going to swing around the enemy right, Union left, and just kind of do a great big flanking maneuver, come in behind his army. I have lots of units that are on the way, lots of good artillery. And yeah, start off with two 20-pound parrots, which are going to just systematically tear his artillery up. I already see one unit, and I think for a second which one to kill. If he had stopped in the open with the second one that came up, I would have hit that guy probably. Or if he went into the water, like I'm thinking about shifting. But no, he stops in the woods. It's actually a good call. It's a good idea to have detached skirmishers always anyway. They give you better visibility. But yeah, I can see where he has placed them, and so they're going to die. It's just a matter of time. My guys are in the woods. Again, he has 10-pound parrots and 24-pound howitzers, so I don't want to get close to his artillery. His artillery is nasty. 10-pound parrots in the hands of these 3-star units, particularly with the level of training they have. It's, if I understand it correctly, it's maxed out. And yeah, with unit perks and all the rest of it, you just don't want to get close to these guys. So, yeah, I'm moving a 3rd unit over because I know he's going to attack I'd really like to kill his officer. That would make this battle a whole lot easier. So, yeah, we'll target his officer, hopefully kill him. His units all look to be under 2,000. So I know the enemy rescales or scales between battles, so between camps. So maybe because of the losses I took on day one, he's actually scaled down. That, I'm just thinking out loud, that seems reasonable. Because he came in about 2,000, now he seems a little bit lower than that. His units are not quite as large as they were, but my units, on average, are not quite as large as they were either. By the way, the adding those units of 500, I just want to get them in, get them some XP, get officers promotions, whatever. Actually lowered scaling. So that's interesting. So there is a modifier at Gettysburg for average unit size. It's more about total number, but there is an average unit size modifier apparently. And I just kept building more units, and his numbers went to, wasn't much. And the same thing happened on Major General. His numbers dropped 1,000. So probably, of course, across the entire battle, his numbers dropped 2,000, I'm guessing. So not a big deal. That's what, 100 men per unit, maybe not real overwhelming. But yeah, I built a good 3 divisions of ballast units. Well, they're not really ballast. They're going to come into the battle and fight. Yeah, and I did experiment. If I made the units 1,000 men instead of 500, then scaling went up. So yeah, 500 drove the numbers down, and 1,000 drove the numbers up. Now that I know the size of the enemy army compared to mine, I wish I had built units of 1,000 or more, 1,500, and driven scaling up. The enemy coming in at, what, 88,000? That's fine, but I would not have minded if the enemy had come in with larger units. Yeah, I have the 24-pound howitzers back a bit because the pass-through damage of his... He must have 10-pound parrots. The pass-through damage was, will chip away at my 24-pound howitzers. I'm not that concerned about it. We're going to get... it's going to drop the number of kills we get because we're back a little bit. But at the beginning of the battle, I'm not that worried about it. I'm going to wait until my 20-pound parrots take out his 2 guns, and then my 24-pound howitzers can move up closer. Yeah, I'm just checking the casualty figures to make sure something stupid isn't happening. So he has an artillery over there, and I don't have anything that can hit him right now. So, yeah, the 24-pound howitzers are great, but I need one more. Well, if I had one more long-range gun, I would come down and focus on the units to the south. But that guy to the north is really annoying. So as soon as I get my reinforcements, we're gonna deal with him. And a James is coming in. So yeah, as soon as his units start flashing white, I shift fire to another unit. There's no reason to keep shooting at someone who's flashing white. They're ineffective. Yeah, I see a unit screaming into the south, so what I'd really like is to get my 24-pound howitzer to the south in case he decides to attack there. And I have an infantry unit just shifting to the south just in case. Now he stopped in the water, he's dead. That just is not going to go well. Yeah, if you look at this, he has a lot of men on the field, but this is really hopeless. He has 2 units forward, downhill, canister or exploding shell. He's in the river, taking fire from my infantry and detached skirmishers. He just has no chance. I mean, now he has another unit in the river, in the water, probably about 0 cover. It's just, yeah, he's down to about 1,000 men, 1,100. This is just free kills. I mean, this is, so the first artillery unit is dead, and we're just going to kill the second one. And that poor 1-star unit is just going to take fire from that artillery. Okay, my Burnside is going to give visibility on the left flank. Yeah, that guy's lost 42. 24-pound howitzer. You actually should have moved that guy to the right, because the fighting is going to shift to the right very soon. The James, yeah, the James is going to deal with that guy. He's going to do fine. It's just a matter of time. And by that guy, I mean the artillery to the north. We're going to kill the artillery unit to the south that we can see, and then I'm going to move my 20-pound parrots north. Okay, you'll notice that the victory location is lost. The enemy has taken it. That's obviously going to be a sniper unit with much better weapons than I thought he was going to have. So what I'm going to do is detach 2 detached skirmishers, go up and deal with this guy. Turns out he has friends. So So the James is finally taking shots on his artillery. Given enough time, he'll kill it. Okay, here comes the attack on the right. And I have sped this up. Bit of maneuvering here, and I think my reinforcements come in. So the first phase was completely lopsided, and that is because of this really good terrain. Okay, I'd like to take that observation post. Again, visibility is more important than pretty much anything in this game, being able to see what's out there so you can hit it. I guess if you don't have any long-range artillery, it doesn't matter, but if you have a lot of artillery, you want to be able to see what's in front of you. You also want to know if you're walking into a trap. So a lot of times in this game, the enemy will be hidden. Even on day 3, Pickett's charge, the enemy is finds places to hide, and there are places to hide in the field in front of where Pickett's charge took place. There are places to hide, little places that are out of sight, out of visibility. Okay, so not a surprise, he's charging. Yeah, he's charging in the center toward the victory location. That's doomed. That's just a bunch of free kills. Yeah, I noticed that he's firing at my detached skirmisher with his artillery unit. That's great. He's just wasting his ammo. So that's good. I'm funneling units and artillery to the right because that's where the next fight's going to be. Yeah, he poses no threat at all to Little Round Top. Big Round Top, Little Round Top, that little clump of woods north of Little Round Top. Yeah, I see his infantry moving north, which is good. I would just soon he abandon the southern part of the map because that's where I'm going to attack. And I'd rather be able to get in behind his army in a big flanking movement. So I'm happy to see that. That's good. So the James is doing good work. The 20-pound parrots are not close enough to hit his artillery that I see in the north, so I have to get them a little bit closer, a little bit further north. It's tempting to get, because his units are in a great place. They're downhill, in very poor cover, and I can hit them with the exploding shell, and that would rack up a whole bunch of XP for my artillery, and I keep firing my artillery downhill at those guys. Like, that's a whole bunch of nice XP to get that unit, to get those units just up in efficiency. But yeah, I need to stay on task and hit that unit to the north. Okay, he's going to charge, and I have that fortified position gives me a huge melee buff, and so that's just not going to go well. We have artillery, some detached skirmishers, an infantry unit now. Should be able to get a shot off into the back of the this guy. Yeah, it was an easy win. So keep shifting units to the north. Yeah, I think my 20-pound parrots can shoot at his artillery now. Good, his sniper unit is charging. With the good weapons that that guy has, for him to charge into melee is just stupid. Okay, the reinforcements have arrived. Okay, we're going to send the commander north to give that cover buff. And I'm taking a look at the blue bar right now. We really outnumber him. This guy is charging in the open against two 24-pound howitzers and two infantry units. Yeah, that should be plenty. So, yeah, that works out. So 3 divisions of 2nd Corps come in. That's really nice. And I basically have 3 infantry and 3 artillery in each division. So 9 infantry, full size, 1750, and good artillery. So I think all the artillery has a perk. Really like all the artillery in 3rd Corps. I have 10 Ord, and I really like the 6 rifle. And I don't think I have any 10 parrots. The 6 rifle does fine. It does exactly as well as the 10 parrot, it just doesn't have the range. But the neat thing about the 6 rifle is it does okay. It does an okay job at mid-range and short range. Whereas the 10-pound parrot is terrible at short range. So and that guy's gone. So that was neat. Yeah, his artillery in the north is not going to last much longer. So my 20-pound parrots are doing a job. The James is doing a good job. Soon that guy's going to be dead, and the James can start pounding on his infantry. And we have 9 more artillery batteries moving up, just in time for this battle. And I decide to give some individual orders to some infantry, or to some artillery. And really, I should have just moved them to the north. I'm thinking that they'll be really useful when I attack in the center, but I have plenty of artillery in the center. I think they would have had more to do in the north, because the enemy attacks in the north for quite a while. And the numbers just keep getting more and more lopsided. So yeah, 3 infantry, some detached skirmishers, and yeah, little 10-pounder and a James. And the 24-pound howitzers would be able to shift north if I want them to pretty soon. They're doing okay right where they are, but they can shift north. Yeah, there's a ravine right there, and I can move up, and the enemy will have to move into low ground to fight. The 10 Ord is doing just fine. And his units are really small. I can move my infantry up and, you know, maybe wipe them out. Yeah, my cav unit is telling me the south is abandoned. He's not moving anybody back there. The beauty of having a cav there is if I saw a bunch of units moving into the south, my unit could get out of there. All I have to do is keep an eye on the strategic window, and everything is just going absolutely as well as I could want it to. I have plenty of units where I need them to be able to fight, and now I'm just waiting to see if he's going to launch an attack or not. And I just don't see a whole bunch of activity. So my units in the south get there, and basically I'm just holding the rest of the line. I want the units in the south to advance first and get on the enemy flank before everybody else advances. And there's a good reason for that. Otherwise, we'd just be facing the enemy, you know, toe to toe. The enemy would have basically a line, and I would just be advancing into the face of gunfire. I don't want to do that. I want to put some percentage of my army to the rear and flank of the enemy, so that every time the enemy tries to stand, he has my units coming in to the rear of his position, making it untenable. So yeah, we're going to wait until people get into position. So yeah, I want these detached skirmishers just to get behind the enemy line, because I don't have cav, and give me some visibility. So I'm behind the enemy line, but I don't see anything. So that's a little bit disappointing, but they're going to be very useful very soon. Yeah, he gets more detached skirmishers. So yeah, that's not good. So because he's coming in with more detached skirmishers, the infantry coming in, I have 2 units go to the right of my line toward the victory location, toward the flag. Detach 2 more skirmishers to confront his skirmishers. The 3 infantry that are firing on his infantry can hold that easily. And now I have 4 infantry up. Yeah. And my movement to the south is working perfectly. It's time to get the 24-pound howitzers moving to the north. Six rifle needs to be to the north. Yeah, we're very close to the getting behind the enemy line with infantry, and then the units on big round top will move forward, and then right after that, little round top. And yeah, the guys, I have to check on their condition because I don't want this attack to kick off if they're exhausted. I want them to have enough condition to make it about the middle of the map. So So all we're doing is adjusting our line a little bit. I cannot believe I got completely around behind his line unopposed. Okay, time to close in on this guy. And it doesn't look like there's a whole bunch there, so time to move the artillery and infantry forward. So I'm folding the detached skirmishers back into the parent unit, and I'm going to bust out some brand new full-strength detached skirmishers. In the south, I'm using detached skirmishers as to give visibility so I don't walk into an ambush, because now we should be getting close to the enemy position. I'm not counting on the cav doing all of the scouting. Yeah, that's a really tiny unit that's going to take fire from 3 infantry and a couple of artillery. He's going to die. But that's what the AI does. He'll attack with a bunch of units, but they'll kind of come in single file, as they are now. So my units get to shoot at him, and if they're degraded a little bit, they don't move very fast. So in the beginning of any battle, they're going to move very fast. My detached skirmishers to the north found a bunch of infantry to the rear of his army. Who knows what they're doing back there, probably defending the artillery. And so his unit in the south, he had 1 unit in the south, I hit him from several different directions and he routed. So even though he's in a fortified position, he can't take fire from several directions. But the trick is, never attack him in a position like that from one direction. Take the time to maneuver units around behind him and to his flank if you can. So yeah, now he's just gonna take all kinds of losses. So I want the infantry to move forward as far as possible, but I need the artillery to get moving too. That's just some free kills for the Burnside. Yeah, he charged forward with a sniper unit. Again, that's really stupid. He has great weapons. He has the Whitworth sniper rifle, and he's charging into melee. Just crazy. Yeah, now I wish I had 2 cav units. Lesson learned, if I had 2 cav units, I'd melee this guy who's routing. But as it is, the Burnside's just gonna... I mean, he's just milking free kills. That's basically what he's doing. And the red bar has just been shrinking. Yeah, fortunately, the enemy's coming out of the woods to the north, and he wants to stand in the open. Okay, this guy moving off to the left. I need to just send some people to keep him busy. He has an artillery unit. If I can get visibility on that guy, that would be great. I didn't notice he had an artillery unit right on the front line. He's going to die. I have infantry coming in from all directions. He's going to die. And he took a shot at my detached skirmisher. Okay, I issue a whole bunch of orders. Tell my long-range guns to go ahead and shoot at his artillery that I can see. Get everybody else moving. There are a whole bunch of guys that have kind of been left behind. And as I'm doing this, I don't remember if I get extra time or not, so I don't want to go crazy, but if I can pick up these 3 supply wagons and kill his 400-man artillery unit, that would all be good. So yeah, mount up the cav and get those guys moving. There's a supply wagon. Get the detached skirmisher shooting at his artillery, that's good. There's another supply wagon. Can't seem to get my cav unit out of melee. That would be nice if he would stop fiddling around and just get out of there. So I don't know how much more time we're going to get. But we do get past the timer, and I'm not interested in hitting finish. I'm interested in getting some more kills, and time is up. So just like earlier, some of the guys got away. So I do move some things around. And I don't put any men into the army. There's no reason to. It screws up what units you get back. And so, yeah, I'm just thinking about who do I want to come into the next series of fights. That's actually a 2-star unit. So yeah, shuffle around the ammo. I have plenty of ammo. Yeah, plenty of ammo. So not a big deal. I guess I didn't lose any officers in that phase. I guess. 13,000. He has 33 guns. I have 335 guns. Well, that's the whole story. So, yeah, I'm not going to talk through this. Um, I move units to the right. This is easily defensible terrain. I go on the offensive. Um, I think I attack on the left. Yeah, I go on the defensive left and right and just, pretty much kill everything I can find until time runs out. And yeah, then this phase is over and we go to day 3. And hope you enjoy it. And I'm going to stop talking and I'll see you on day 3. Thanks.